One result of the bill being passed would be safer conditions for first responders and Albertans under evacuation orders. And I'd just like to speak a little bit about how relevant this is to my constituency. For example, places like Banff, Canmore, and Lake Louise are largely populated by tourists, and they see about 4 million tourists and visitors a year. And when you're dealing with these kind of volumes of people, when emergencies happen, it's critical to have a response plan to be well coordinated. Tourists come from other jurisdictions, and they might not always know the best evacuation routes or how to get away from danger. One prime example is in the summer season, there are so many tourists that flock to places like Moraine Lake, for example, where the parking lot is full by about 8 o'clock in the morning, and they constantly run buses from the overflow parking lot. So you've got this wildlife, or rather wild area where you've got people scattered throughout a large geographic region, and you've also got a bit of a bottleneck in terms of if people had to evacuate, you've got thousands of people who are trying to get through a single road. And making sure that our first responders have the tools that they need to undertake an evacuation under these challenging conditions is absolutely essential. When I think of this, I think of visiting the Lake Louise Fire Dept just recently. This little fire department is really a scrappy fire department that punches way above their weight. It's primarily composed of volunteer members, and these members, every Tuesday, I believe it is, they go and train. They count inventory in the fire department to make sure that they know where all the equipment is and that they're prepared to respond to these emergencies. They do this out of a really small little fire department that's based in one of the Parks Canada buildings there. And despite not having the ideal circumstances where they'd like to be situated, it's remarkable to see what this department has achieved and the dedication of their members. These members, and not just these members, for instance, it's all volunteer firefighters for that matter, spend their own money for increased training to make sure that they have the skills that they require to respond to these kind of things. I know the members in the Lake Louise Fire Department contributed their own money to buy a LifePak defibrillator machine that can help save lives, and it's been successful. So to see these people spend their own time and own money on these things, for us to be able to help them do their job by making sure that this kind of management coordination is taking place behind the scenes is extremely valuable.